Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some good and some bad news to talk about surrounding the LCS. Overall, just some drama that I want to present to you guys, give some of my thoughts and opinions, and of course, as always, hear from you guys as well. But first, I want to start off with an announcement. This is kind of my good news for the LCS at least, is that today I actually found out that I have been approved as a credentialed media member for the LCS for the spring split of 2023. So, we haven't gotten on anyone's bad side too far, at least yet, and I don't know exactly what this is going to mean or what exactly I'm going to do with it or be able to do with it or whatever, but it does mean I'll probably have access to, some press conferences, some remote interviews occasionally, and maybe I'll be going to some events this year. I don't know. I'm just really, really excited, and whatever I am or am not able to do with it, whatever, at least, getting some recognition is always cool as well. So that's really fun, getting me a little bit excited about the LCS, but wanted to get that out of the way. So we can get into this. There's this account called, Champions Q Tracker, Champ Q Ward. They tweet out, who's gaining LP, who's winning, who's losing Champions Q, all that stuff. Champions Q, for this year apparently now has been out for 8 days. And you can see here today, there was no games played, or maybe this was yesterday. I think it was today, about yesterday. No Champions Q games were played. No Champions Q games were played. And for the third consecutive day in a row, no Champions Q games have been played. We are, if for those of you who are keeping track at home, we are 1 week away from the start of the LCS season. And the fact that pro players are not playing Champions Q could definitely be seen as concerning. Now, Demonte, he decides to chime in. He says, pretty tough with players acclimating to a new schedule, longer day. The day is longer. We'll get into that in a second. And players want to play some solo queue early in the season. Now, if you want to say that players are acclimating to a new schedule, whatever. I'll give that to you. That could be true. I think it's a rather weak argument because here's why their schedule is longer. Kays tweeted this out. He said LCS scrims have moved back to a 2-block system. So the LCS used to play, I think back in the day, they used to do 2 blocks of best of 3s. They switched to 1 block of best of 5. So you play 5 games against the same team, right in a row, whatever. Now it sounds like they're doing a best of 3, a small break, and then probably playing against another team in the afternoon with a best of 3, maybe the same team. I don't know for sure, but they're doing a best of 3 and then a best of 3. So obviously that is an extra game played, and then, that's probably an extra little bit of time of review and setting stuff up and all that stuff. So, maybe at least adding an extra hour to the day, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, whatever. Definitely adding time to the day, but this is just normal. Obviously, the 2-block system is better for so many different reasons, and this is extra time, but they were getting off pretty easy last year. A 5-game day, takes like 5 or 6 hours. You review, maybe like 7 or 8 hours. That's obviously a pretty normal schedule, and then maybe you'll play Champions Queue or Solo Queue or whatever. Obviously this is adding some time to that, but the argument that they're acclimating to a new schedule, whatever. But this second part is what I really don't understand and what really doesn't make sense to me at all. And players want to play some Solo Queue early in the season. Okay, come on. That's just stupid. Like, that's dumb. And obviously, hey, that could be what's happening. People could want to do that, whatever. But we are talking about professional players who are being paid to attempt to perform at the highest level. And again, if there are things being put in place, first of all, people using time, resources, money, effort, whatever, to put in extra things in place to give them a chance to perform at their best, and they're not taking advantage of those things, that is pretty bad. Because for years and years and years, we've heard all the reasons why NA isn't good. Maybe we have bad solo queue, maybe we have low player base, maybe, we're just worse in other regions, whatever. But for sure, a complaint has always been solo queue, low quality solo queue, because there's a lot of bad players, there's a lot of one tricks, you get high ping from Los Angeles, and everyone trolls in it. So now they give you a low ping environment where nobody's going to troll, you're going to get high quality games, you're going to get to play against the best of the best in the LCS, and you are not taking advantage of it because you want to play some solo queue early in the season. Like, that is such a bad argument. And for Demonte to be going out and, he's like tweeting this out so much. Every thread Demonte's on right now, going to war with these people. And I just think it's really dumb. I think he's, making himself not look that great. I think it is kind of weird. Captain Flowers, he chimes in again. He says, but 3 days in a row without a single game starting. I don't expect to be things at full strength right at the start, but for the car to run for the car to run out of gas before it even leaves the driveway feels pretty bad. DeMonte, I think people on the outside of scrims are quite disconnected right now. Again, he just kind of keeps flaming everyone on the outside who's giving their opinions and stuff, which, again, I think is a bad look, a weird look, and a weird angle to take things from. New schedule has players at the office from 11 to 8 p.m. minimum. I do think it would be awesome if people queued up for Champions Queue after these super long days, but solo queue is also giving practice and is less demanding. Okay, yeah, less demanding. Maybe they want something chill or whatever, but to say solo queue is giving practice, like, yes, it is, but Champions Queue is there because they asked for better practice, and people have, again, put in time, money, effort, resource, whatever, to give them a better practice environment. With how the LCS has been performing over the last couple years, which has not been great, to then not be taking advantage of these, especially early in the season, where there shouldn't be concerns of burnout. There shouldn't be concerns of, we've been overworked, whatever. You guys are coming off a couple-month break. Some teams and players are literally coming off a break since August. It's January. I think you could probably at least be getting a couple of Champions Queue games in per day, and at least a Champions Queue game, single game, being ran in the last 3 days. And to be defending that, I think is very silly. I think, borderline really dumb, and just weird to me. And then you have Revenge chiming in too. And like, Revenge is weird to me because, this is a guy who, it's like, yeah, he has some talent, he has some potential, whatever. But like, how good is he? I don't know. I feel like he's still consistently, one of the lower end top laners in the LCS. Maybe he's like in and out of the league. Maybe, who knows how long he's going to be in the LCS if he doesn't like really level up and step up and actually start making something out of all this potential and stuff. But he's so outspoken about, the systems and how everything they're doing is good and blah, 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 whatever. He says, guys, relax. We pro players are playing solo queue. I don't know any pro player not grinding solo queue. Again, that's the problem. Why are you grinding solo queue? Okay, so you guys are playing a ton. You guys aren't being lazy. You're just playing the stuff that for years and years and years you guys have said is so bad and holds you back. How stupid does that look? How are the optics of that? It's not great. Again, I get what he's saying, but I just don't think it makes much sense. And I don't think you need to be, taken to Twitter and like, whatever. If this is what you think, keep it to yourself. You don't have to necessarily, like I said, take this to Twitter. Whether we play solo queue or Champions Queue should not be a huge deal right now. Okay, queues are very fast since the beginning of the season. We're all low-key addicted to ranking up. Okay, well, that's good to hear. Hey, if you're low-key addicted to ranking up, then hey, that's great, man. Go play your solo queue then. Like our bad for wanting the pro players in our region that we, again, take up our time, effort, money to support and watch and go to these international events and root and cheer on and all these things. But, hey, good thing you're addicted to ranking up. Make sure you get your solo QLP, man. I wouldn't want you to play a game of Champions Queue in the last 3 days. It's idiotic to me. It really is truly idiotic. Every tweet I see about Champions Queue not being played is followed up by the worth ethic of NA and laziness. It's giving me brain damage to read when I know our current schedules and how much we're playing right now. Again, giving them brain damage, kind of insulting the people who are saying these things, whatever. Of course, DeMonte is going to chime in as well. Like I said, he's literally in every Twitter thread right now pertaining this stuff. To be honest, I didn't read anything of what you said, but you were lazy, and I work just as hard working my 9 to 5. Again, insult some more fans, insult some more, people working 9 to 5s, like whatever. It's just really dumb. I'm very, very disappointed in the stuff that a lot of these pro players are saying right now, especially, DeMonte. I think he's saying some weird stuff, doing some weird stuff. I don't really like it. It's definitely rubbing me the wrong way. But yes, ultimately, at the end of the day, there's some drama going around. People have mixed opinions, and I get it. If you think that the pro players are right and they should be able to do whatever they want, or playing solo queue's fine, or maybe even playing solo queue's good, I get it. I'm not trying to totally discredit that. Like, obviously, again, in videos, you have to, play stuff up, blah, blah, blah. But I think there is some merit to the argument, but to act like the people on the other side, are giving you brain damage, or, I didn't read anything you said. Like, no, the people on the other side have some legitimate gripes, and I'm sure the right answer is actually probably somewhere in the middle where, yes, you have a new schedule. Yes, maybe solo queue's fun right now and you're addicted to LP, but maybe we should be getting at least some Champions Queue games in. Yeah, I don't know. Again, if it was the best of the best players and teams and the LCS is popping off and everyone's doing great and Revenge is like some MVP player or something like that, maybe it all starts to make a little bit more sense. If I'm DeMonte, Revenge, whatever, I'm probably keeping a little bit quiet right now until their personal results start being a little bit better, or until, some team results are doing a little bit better, or their results actually back up, the practice regimen and stuff they're putting in. Who knows? I don't know. Really weird, but definitely some drama and stuff I wanted to talk about. And I was just kind of annoyed. Again, like I said, a lot of the stuff rubbed me the wrong way. So that's why, you have a YouTube channel to vent. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Hopefully catch you in the next one. But until then, peace.